Hi everyone, it's Mike here from Guitar Prep School again, and in today's video I'm going to show you 5 ways of how you could play the B chord. Yes, now this is going to be just as hard as the F chord, if not harder. Now if you've already managed to learn your bar chords, then you should find this pretty easy. But if you haven't, you really need to go and watch the video that I made about bar chords, because it takes you through the whole process. I explain how you can play lots of different chords just by using one shape, the E shape, and I also cover the A shape, and I take you through the process of playing those bar chords. You also really need to have knowledge of the fretboard, the notes along the fretboard, certainly the ones on the 6th string, because they form the root note of whichever chord you're playing as a bar chord. So you really need to know that sort of stuff in order to play bar chords, really. And unfortunately, the B chord, most of it is based around the bar. Apart from the first one that we're going to look at, which is the Open B chord. But go ahead and watch that video. Well, there's 2 videos actually. There's the one on the about the bar chords, and the one about learning your fretboard. You'll come to a better understanding then as to where you could play the B chord. Alright, so let's jump in and play our first chord, which is going to be the Open B chord. So our A chord, which we play there on the 2nd fret using our 3 fingers there on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, we're going to be using the same shape, but we're going to be using our other 3 fingers, so the 2nd, 3rd and 4th finger, alright, going up to the 4th fret, as if we're playing the A chord, right? So our pinky is on the 2nd string of the 4th fret, our 3rd finger is on the 3rd string of the 4th fret, and our 2nd finger is on the 4th string of the 4th fret. Alright, so you got those 3 fingers all huddled up together in that on the 4th fret there, and then your 1st finger is going to go on the 1st string of the 2nd fret, right by there, just behind the fret bar. Now it's a bit of a stretch. You might find this a bit difficult, alright, but it is a bit of a stretch, and you know, my thumb is right at the back of the neck there. Alright, you can see it's right at the back of the neck there. Alright, and we don't play the 6th and the 5th strings. Alright, so we're just going to play from the 4th string down. Alright. That's your B note. That's your open B note. Alright. Now the second one we're going to look at is the bar chord of B. Alright. So you keep your fingers where they are, this 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers on the same fret there. And your 1st finger, instead of just playing the 1st string, we're going to play all. We're going to press down on all the 6 strings there. Alright. And that should be bar chord. Alright, now as with all bar chords, if you're having a problem in getting that the top E string sounding muffled, then you just need to sort of make sure that if your finger is relatively flat, don't try and have your finger flat using this bit, right, but rather using more or less not the very side of your finger, but towards the side of your finger, because your hand is at a slant anyway, right? So it's only natural for you to be pressing down on the sort of the edge of your finger, if you like. All right. All right. Now you can, if you want, not include the 6th string. There's no harm in including the 6th string, because that 2nd fret of the 6th string is an F sharp, and you've also got an F sharp in the chord, which is your second finger is the F sharp note. So that note is part of the B chord, but the root note is actually on the A string. That's the root note of B, because that's B. All right. But you can play all 6 strings, or you can just go from the 5th string and mute the E string, so you don't sound the E string, the bottom E string. All right. So let's have a look at the third way of playing our B chord. Now again, it's another bar chord, but we're going to be using just our third finger to go along the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings on the 4th fret, there, and then our first finger is going to go up to the 5th fret of the B string, okay, and we're not going to be sounding the top E, okay, we're just going to keep that muted, and we're going to play the 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Alright, so it's similar to what we were doing just now, but using our 3 fingers, but we're just using our 3rd finger, which you might find easier actually. Alright, and we're not playing the bottom E, and we're not playing the top E. Alright, that's another way of playing the B chord. Now the fourth version I got for you is a power chord of B. So we're going to take our first finger and place it down on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Then we're going to take our 3rd finger on the 4th string of the 4th fret, and our pinky on the 3rd string of the 4th fret, just by there. Okay, and we're not going to be playing the 6th string, so we're going to be muting it just with the tip of our first finger just slightly resting against it, touching it, so we keep it muted. All right, and we're not going to be playing the 1st and 2nd strings, so we're going to keep them muted as well, simply by resting this first finger on them but not pressing on them. All right, the only finger this is applying any pressure to is the 5th string of the 2nd fret. All right, and then you got 3rd finger on the 4th string, 4th fret, pinky on the 3rd string, 4th fret. All right, and you're just going to play those 3 strings. All right, that's your power chord. All right, and if this finger, the first finger, is correct, you can strum, and you're only going to be sounding those 3 strings that you're pressing down on. Alright, and last but not least, we've got our B in the form of another bar chord, but this time it's using the E shape. Alright, so where you've got your normal E chord, right, replace those 3 fingers with the other 3 fingers, and then you slide your fingers up all the way to the so that your first finger goes up to the 7th fret. All right, and then you've got your E chord then with your other fingers. All right, so your bar finger should be on the 7th fret, pressing all the way down. Your second finger is on the 3rd string of the 8th fret. Your 3rd finger is on the 5th string of the 9th fret, and your little pinky is on the 4th string of the 9th fret. All right, so your first finger needs to be pressing down on all the strings so you get all nice and clear notes on all 6 strings. Alright? So there you have 5 ways of playing the B chord. Now I know they're all difficult and they're going to take you some time to get right and to sort of develop them. Every time you're practicing on something, just try to have a go at one of those B shapes for just a couple of minutes. Don't spend too long on them in any one go, because your hand's going to start to ache pretty quick. But the only way you're going to get used to playing the B chord, in much the same way as the F chord that a lot of people have problems with, is to just keep having a go every now and again, and each time you try it, it'll get a bit better and a bit better and a bit better. Alright? But it's another little challenge for you to sort of try and accomplish. Alright? But please watch those other 2 videos that I mentioned earlier. The one on the bar chords and the one on knowing your fretboard. Those 2 videos will really help you with any bar chord that you want to learn. You know, each time you have a go at something, you're going to get better and better and better. And you know, the best thing you can do is have a little search on YouTube for a backing track that's in the key of B. Right? There's hundreds and hundreds of backing tracks on there. Search for something that suits your style of music, alright, in the key of B, alright, and just try and play along to it, alright, and if you can't quite master the B chord just yet, you know, just play individual notes along your fretboard and follow along with the backing track. Alright, even if it's just one note per beat or 1 note per bar, just you're finding your way around your fretboard as you're listening to something. Alright. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful to you, and I'll be back next week with another one. Alright, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you again soon. All the best.